I've added light now to the painting, and I've come in and detailed the bird, drawing them in with a paintbrush, black and white tones to add the feathering and the pin feathers. The white has the light hitting, which should be coming off of my right facing the painting, and I've highlighted the trees and such to accommodate that. I divided a big tree thing in the back to make a couple of trees out of it. You have light on all the bushes over to the side, which will be colored in later as the painting advances. And I'm going to develop rays that are going to smack my bird and the trees coming into the painting. So you'll literally see the rays of light in the painting, just as you do in nature. With the rays coming in, there's a block of light that's going to hit the bushes, and this is a cloud. Looks like wings. So I'm going to lay in the rays very lightly to begin with, and I'm going to come down into the painting, and I'm also going to go from the bottom up. I'm just lightly washing them in with the more generic paint, and then I will come back with a stronger paint over it once I see that I like it and that it's working for me. One of the other things, I needed to come in and reduce the tail feathers. I went back and looked at some photos so that I knew what I wanted to achieve a little better by studying it. And I cut out this section with white, and because the sky will be behind it, and I cut out this other section with black to remove the excess tail feathers, and it'll all blend together later as I come back in with paint for the trees and the highlight colors that'll go over the white that I've accented. The whole thing is a work in progress. There are no mistakes. You just keep going. You build on what you have. You don't have to paint over a whole canvas and start again. It's a process, and I use layering for my process with acrylics. It's different than working with watercolor. It's different than working with oils. And you achieve this layered effect. Anyway, I also use styrofoam plates sometimes, not all the time, but they resist the paint drying up. I use one side, I flip it over, bend it in, and use the other side to eliminate more of them going in the landfill. And what else? Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use a wet sponge to clean up as I paint the rays so that they don't smack through the trees, because I want to maintain the substance of the trees. And plus, if I keep a wet one and I make a mistake, it's easy to mop it up. I also will be using my blending brush because that's what I like, lots of blending.
Sitting here lakeside, and the current does shift my mind, a bob and a flow, and I know seated now, be beneath. Won't you greet me with your feet? Won't you greet me? Oh, won't you greet me with your feet? Won't you greet me? Wearing down like a dull arrow in the eyes of the beholder, whose eyes sag lower every day, every day. Oh, my arms are getting heavy, but I'm happier now, and I stay that way. And I know you'll be in heaven seated now, be beneath. Won't you greet me with your feet? Won't you greet me?
Okay, as far as my paint goes, I'm using Artist Touch from Hobby Lobby. I'm finding it to be a pretty good paint. I also use less expensive craft paint that I pick up usually at Michael's for washes and sometimes to mix my colors. It doesn't have as much pigment, but it also has this one that I really like, which is a nutmeg brown, one of my favorite colors to use. I know I can mix my own, but I enjoy it. I'm using that yellow ochre to wash in tail feathers right now.
The lady lived on Avenue X, next to a trestle all her life. She dreamed of distant places.
You'll notice I'm using a small brush. It's because I really want some details and feathering to pop out. And in order to achieve it, the best way I find is to use a little brush. I use some rings, but I don't get the same effect. So I prefer to use a single brush. It takes longer, but to me it's worth it.
The stars alone to shine beyond.
So now I'm going to lay in one of those washes, and I'm going to use my favorite color, nutmeg brown. And I'm going to lay in the color first with the wash that I can easily cover or get rid of, and then I will advance it to my higher quality paints after I find out how much I like it.
To and from Coney Island every night, searching in vain for salvation in a city full of lies. She craved the sky that let her know she was home.
Okay, so I'm continuing to lay in values with the feathering in of dark and washing and blending it as well on his head. I apologize, the light is so bright for me to get in my detail that you can't really see much of how it actually is looking right now. So one of the other things I need to do is elongate his talons. His legs need to come out and pop and look like they're coming for you, if you will. So there again, I'm going to add some value down around these, and you'll see that they start to pop.